4 reasons fantasy is good for your mental health. We are now halfway through 2020 and we are all still adjusting to this year's new normal. Coronavirus, self-quarantining, social distancing. As the world continues to address the physical fallout of the pandemic, it's also important to remember the necessity of good mental health practices, regardless of circumstances. While mental health often focuses on mindfulness exercises that embrace living in the moment, it's necessary to balance these with healthy escapism. Fantasy, imaginary worlds, superheroes, magic, is a form of escapism that gives your brain a break and has benefits for your overall health. The following are 4 reasons fantasy is good for your mental health. Number 1, empathy. Research shows that reading fiction increases empathy, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence. Learning about a character's thought process, and, in the case of fantasy, following their bigger-than-life problems, i.e. saving the world, engenders a sense of empathy towards characters who are different than the reader. Perhaps you've never transformed into a giant green superhero when you're angry, but you can sympathize with his emotional distress and the metaphor of losing control. Developing a sense of empathy has a beneficial mental health impact because it helps you relate to others and improves interpersonal relationships. Number 2, escapism. Mindfulness and presence are key parts of mental health, but healthy escapism is a positive way to give your brain a break from stress, anxiety, and pressure. Diving into fantasy, whether you're reading Harry Potter, coloring a Marvel superhero, or watching Lord of the Rings, is a way to take a break from real-world stressors and find a better mental space. Number 3, imagination. Fantasy explores situations and worlds that exist only in our imaginations. Superheroes, supervillains, wizards, talking animals, epic quests to save the world. These are compelling elements of fantasy that aren't part of our physical reality. When we engage with these stories, we stretch our imaginations and are allowed to practice problem solving in a safe space. Using our imagination is good for our mental health because it allows us to create. And according to Harvard Medical School, creating relieves depression and anxiety. Number 4, community. Feeling connected to friends and family plays a huge role in our mental health. Humans are social, and strong relationships are vital to our well-being. The fantasy fandom is huge, varied, and welcoming. Whether you're into a niche comic series or a mainstream phenomenon, you will find a community of people who want to discuss, dissect, and explore the fantasy world that you've chosen. It's important to maintain balanced mental health through a healthy lifestyle, fulfilling work, and strong relationships. Fantasy allows you to find community and strengthen the bonds through empathy and emotional intelligence. Fantastical universes stretch your imagination and fuel creativity. At Pixite, we're here to fuel and enable creativity by providing you with platforms to express yourself, and we strongly believe in the importance and beauty of fantasy. So go ahead, immerse yourself in your favorite comic through our Marvel Color Your Own coloring app, or learn to draw your own superhero in Assembly. Go and explore the fantastical world of Labyrinth, The Dark Crystal, and Farscape coloring pages in our Jim Henson collection in pigment. If powerful warrior women are more your style, our Sandra Winther collection has some gorgeous options for you. Regardless of avenue, embracing healthy fantasy will have positive benefits for your reality.